All right, so here we are with lesson 119, which is metric volume conversion. So again, we're dealing with conversions. So we're turning numbers either into from one unit to another and making them either bigger or smaller. And then we are dealing with volume. So volume is three-dimensional, length times width times height. And now instead of doing US customary like we did in the last video, we will be doing metric system, which again has such a strong reason behind it, and it makes just really great sense for our brains to kind of wrap around the way there's relationships between these numbers, because everything is built on a base 10 or power of 10 system. So we deal, just so you guys know, we deal with quarts, but we also have liters here in the United States because we've adopted some, like your soda big bottles are 2 liters, but your milk is in quarts. So anywho, you can just know that 1 liter is 1.06 quarts. So they're very close in volume, but not the same. But then look at this for volume conversion here. We have 1 milliliter is equal to 1/1000th of a liter, and 1 milliliter is 1 cubic centimeter. So when you're talking about volume, a centimeter times a centimeter times a centimeter, a little block, think of maybe like a sugar cube or a Lego that's 1 by 1 by 1. If you put 1,000 of those together, or 10 by 10 by 10, you would have a liter. So there's just this relationship between the different measurements that is really helpful, especially for quick thinking and computation. So we're going to do a couple examples, and it's the same system that we did in the last video, but now we're just dealing with a different set of units. So the first example, 119.1, says convert 1,451,600 milliliters to liters. All right, so we have milliliters. Now this one is not cubed or anything, so we just have to multiply it by a unit multiplier that has milliliters in the base and liters in the top, because that's what we want our final unit to be in. And we know that 1 liter is how many milliliters? That's right, 1,000. Okay, so watch how easy this becomes. Milliliters and milliliters cancel out. We have 1,451,600 divided by 1,000. We have 2 zeros we can automatically cross off, and then we need to divide this number by 10, or what we know we can do is move the decimal place over one spot. So we get, let's see here, oops, 451.6. Okay, so we get 1,451 and 6/10 or 0.6 liters. So there's our answer for the first one. The next problem does deal with volume. All right, so they say convert 40 cubic meters into liters. So we have 40 cubic meters. So that's going to look like that, okay? And we're turning it into centimeters. So we're going to start with our 40 meters cubed. We know we have to have 3 unit multipliers because there's a 3 here. We know we need 3 meters to cancel out in the bottom, and then we're going to need centimeters in the top because our answer has to be in centimeters cubed. So what is an equal measurement with meters in the bottom and centimeters on top? We're going to have 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Remember, centi means 100. So 1, 2, 3 cancels out. And then we have 40 times 100 times 100 times 100. Now remember, when we have groups of 100, all we have to do is add 2 zeros for every zero in the problem. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 40 million cubic centimeters. Or the book did it again like this. 40 times 100 times 100 times 100 centimeters cubed. All right, let's do the last example. my friends. It's converting 1,400 cubic meters into liters. So 1,400 cubic meters into liters. And we are going to be using a whole different set of multipliers. So we have to get rid of those meters, right? And 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Now, if you remember back at the beginning, we know that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 cubic centimeters. Remember, they gave us that conversion here on the very first page. Okay, so I know this one gets a little confusing, so let's talk through it a bit. To turn meters into liters, we have to turn it into cubic centimeters first, okay? You're not going to see this a ton, but it's really good to know it. So cubic meters means we need to have 3 meters, right? 3 meters in our denominator to cancel out. So let's take care of that. And 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, okay? But then we have 1,000 centimeters in 1 liter. And so if we want to get rid of our centimeters, we need to multiply by centimeters cubed to get rid of those. So we have 1, 2, 3 centimeters cubed. So this turns into 1,400 times 1 liter. Oops, I skipped the hundreds. 1,400 times 100 times 100 times 100 liters over 1,000. Now we can cross out a 0. Let's see how they left it. That's how they left it. Oh, actually they did cancel. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we have 1,400. And then 1, 2, 3 more zeros. And we get 1,400,000, and I would have got that wrong on a test because I didn't include my liters. All right, so hopefully that made sense. Remember to just reach out if you have questions.